talk some video game stuff. All right. So there is a new Avengers game in development. Okay. Now, this is like this to me, bro, is really wild news because I wasn't expecting this, but it won't be related to the previous game made by Square Enix. Okay, so there was a Avengers game that came out a few years back. A lot of people were excited for it, and a lot of people hated it. You know what I mean?
I
So,
hated it.
so,
I hated it so much.
how do you feel about a new Avengers game being made?
I love it. Like when you think about merchandising the Avengers, like a video game, it should be like the first bullet on that.
100%, bro. So I actually like the Avengers game, bro.
I know.
I actually did like it, but this is like with Doctor Strange, right? I like it, but I can still say it's trash. Yeah, the game itself is trash, but there were just the fighting, the fight,
The
mechanics.
combat was trash.
Yeah, I liked it, and the one thing I love was the shield throwing for Captain America was my favorite character to use, and the shield throwing was just unbelievable.
You know what?
Captain America was
screams poor quality to me when I'm playing a video game.
What, bro?
When you attack an enemy and a number comes out of them. Like,
yeah, I hate those type of games too, but I like the
anytime a number comes out of the enemy, I'm like, okay, this game is like poor quality.
Yeah, that's also why I hated Gotham Knights as well. I hated Gotham Knights because of that. Gotham Knights was a big disappointment.
It was so bad.
Yeah, and
it sucked because it's Court of Owls, so I really wanted to play it for the story, but I just couldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, and the reason why it sucks is because like when you play the Arkham games, there's no level of villain. You just fight. You know what I mean? Because that's real life. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a real experience. The Arkham games, like Arkham Knight was the ultimate open world game, and Spider-Man, totally knocked off the Arkham Knight system. And the first Spider-Man game was good. The second one was like okay. The Miles one was good, and even though the Miles one was way too short, and I know they said like it's not like a full length game, but they still only charged like $50 at the time or whatever it was. So that whatever. The Spider-Man games, I think, get a lot more praise than they deserve, and I hate saying this because I love Spider-Man, but like. Number one, they hold your hand through the game more than any other game. It's like the easiest game to beat on the hardest difficulty. The mechanics there's zero innovation on them, especially in the second one. And that's pretty bad considering the whole thing was a knock off of the Arkham Knight system.
Yeah.
And Arkham Knight is such a better game than the Spider-Man games. It's like not even close. So rumor is they're doing, I think, another Arkham game. I hope they do, but I hope Marvel gets games right because I worry that they see the type of praise that they get from the Spider-Man games, and that's like enough for them. And it probably is because they're like, listen, we're making a ton of money on it. We're getting great reviews on these games. Why would we do anything different? I wouldn't if I were them. Rumor is the Wolverine game is going to be more like God of War, which I really like that system. The God of War games are like some of the greatest games of all time. But they'll probably do the same thing. Like the first Wolverine game will probably be like God of War, and because it'll be Wolverine, it'll feel new. And it'll be good, and then the Wolverine 2, and it'll be the same exact thing, and it's going to get old, Yeah. But with the Avengers, like they have a little more to do because you got to get the mechanics right with a lot of players, But maybe they have more experience now because they did Marvel Rivals, even though who knows if it's going to be the same developer. I'm really curious to find out. Do you know who the developer is on this Avengers game?
There is no company right now that is being talked about. It just says that Marvel is developing it. There's no studio or company that is with it.
Crystal Dynamics did the last.
They did the last one, right?
No, the
Earth's Mightiest Heroes brought to a team based.
They did the last Tomb Raider trilogy, which was sick.
Really?
Yeah, those games are fire.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, and I actually am hyped for World War II. So with Avengers, bro, the one thing that I want is because the one thing that the Avengers game did that I hated was the limitations. Because they promised us open world, but it's like it's open world based on their limits. You know what I mean? And the one thing with Arkham Knight is you have a whole like two cities to toy with. You know what I mean? And when you're doing Avengers, this isn't just two cities; it's the world. You're going to be going to Wakanda and all these other areas. I would love to see something where you're able to actually travel to Wakanda and fly there yourself and stuff like that, bro. And one of the things that haven't been cracked yet is space.
Yeah.
Why can't I find a space with
They
Iron
should,
Man? Like
bro.
it's ridiculous.
You know what game was amazing, and I actually decided today that I'm going to replay it.
What?
Is Guardians of the Galaxy, bro? That game is so fire,
Really?
so fucking fire. Oh my god, it's so much
Yeah,
better
right.
than Spider-Man 2. But dude, oh, you got to play it. It's incredible. The gameplay is great, the story is great, the graphics are amazing. And that one, like they announced it's the time window between them announcing it and coming out was like super short. No one expected it to be good, and it was amazing. You know what I always wanted? First of all, you're right. That's the kind of open world that they should do for the Avengers. Bro, I always wanted them to make Grand Theft Auto America. Like, open up the whole fucking country and make it multiplayer where, like, you could build your own cartel or gang or whatever and, like, take over cities and you could go anywhere in the U.S. Yeah, that would be so sick.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, they could just make one game and just keep updating it forever. Kind of like what like Fortnite does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why Fortnite stays in the game because they're not giving you a new game. They're just giving you a $9 battle pass every like four to 5 months.
There were rumors that Grand Theft Auto 6 was going to cost $100. I think they said it's not. I know people are going to hate me for this, but I was like hoping they would do it. Like,
take my money, bro.
Yeah, it is, but that'll justify them to make the games better. So, like, you know, and everyone complains when it's like, oh, you sell a $70 game and then everyone's got to buy the buy. I don't care about the skins. I don't really care what color my gun is. Okay, I have good gameplay.
And that's the issue with COD right now, is that they're not justifying why we should spend $70 on a game every year. You know what I'm saying? So
by the new COD, like, it's good, but they didn't do Ground War, which really pissed me off.
It ain't the same, bro. It just ain't the same. So, but anyways, like, we really hope that this Avengers game is good. But we both agree they have to take it to another level, bro. They have to. Like, Avengers was bull jive, and Spider-Man, as you said, Spider-Man, like, I think Spider-Man 1 is like the go-to game for me. Like, that Insomniac Spider-Man 1 is amazing. I love that game. I'll play that game.
You think it's better than Arkham Knight?
No, but I'm saying Spider-Man as a Spider-Man game is goated. Like, it's the best Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight is in a whole other tier of its own. I mean, it's just
one of the greatest games of all time.
It's like it's like God of War and Arkham Knight. Those are like my kind of goats when it comes to like games that are untouched.
You did play God of War.
I played a couple. Like,
have you played?
I haven't played the new ones. I've only played the old ones.
On
like PS2 or PS3, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
I
have, but I have watched streams of it. It's just like I just haven't had the time. But I will get around to it eventually. I'll get around to it eventually. But yeah, like, there has to be like I know God of War's goated. And because of you, now my feed is all Metal Gear Solid. So I've been watching a lot of Metal Gear Solid gameplay. Where
those are the greatest games of all time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just funny, bro, because you've been giving me some MGS stuff from time to time. It's funny how my feed is like starting to become freaking Metal Gear Solid. I'd be laughing. And all these
they're getting popular again. Like the announcement of the new one, and the Master Collection or whatever they call it. Like, people are hyped over Metal Gear again.
That's your favorite game of all time, MGS?
100%. No, not even a question.